In terms of results, we haven't had the start. We can't hide away from that. There's been positives without an end product. So what we've worked on for the last 2 weeks is trying to get that end product. A little bit of simplicity, really. More numbers into the box, more crosses into the box. And that steely determination not to concede goals. And in the end of the day, both 6-yard boxes win you football matches. And what you do inside those dictates whether you win or lose. Everything else around it is just the pretty pictures and patterns. So we've concentrated very much on that. And getting more bodies, as I say, and just a little bit more steeliness and know-how into winning football matches.
Do you think there was more focus on your start to the season because of last season and what people maybe predicted for you this season?
Yeah, of course. Expectations rise. We had it after we got the 2 cup finals. The expectations rise. You're expected to beat everybody. We played against Hibs and we drew and we got plaudits for that because Hibs were expected to beat us. So you have to live with that when you've done really well last year. We're in Europe and you have to live with that. The boys have to cope with that. Some have coped better than others. And we have to deal with that and we will deal with that. And it's now a case of putting a run of results together, which we're more than capable of doing. And then the narrative will change, but that's entirely up to us to change that.
The players that went away in international duty, are they all back fine?
Yeah, everybody's back fine. Obviously the boys that went away, bar Alan Campbell, weren't involved, didn't play. So we're fully fit, ready to go. We've got Nathan McGinley back involved with a really good reserve game against Hibs last Friday, which we got a lot more minutes in the legs. So yeah, they've come back positive, positive frame of mind. They've worked really, really hard this week, and that's how you start winning football matches again. Just increase the work rate every time.
How do you get the players to cope with the expectations of winning?
It's there's no magic wand that you can wave to get people to do that. Winning breeds confidence. It's quite basic. We win games, there's a lot more confidence. I think we've played a lot of good football. We're not going to go away from playing good football, but there has to be a combination. When I first come to the club, we were up here in terms of physicality and how we played. It was a little bit more direct, and we balanced that out until we got it very good, where we finished third and got into Europe, and it's maybe gone a little bit the other way where it has to be too perfect at times. So we have to learn to win games ugly, and when you win games whatever way, confidence breeds. And we've got players in the group that will control football matches, will play good football, but we have to make sure we compete on the other side of it as well. And as I say, I look at the goal we conceded against Celtic. We done very well in the first half. We give the ball away on the edge of their 18 and nobody put a contact on anybody until James Forrest scores inside our box. So it's 85 yards up the pitch. So just a wee bit of naivety in our play, and them small things really count in games. And we, as I say, we're trying to educate people all the time and continue to do that, and concentrate very much on winning football matches at all costs, which you have to do to get out of this little drum roll.
Is that message though, is that something you've been drumming into the players more often than not in the last few weeks?
Yeah, because we will play no matter what. We've got the players that can dictate games, and our possession stats have said that, that's factual. But to get an end product, sometimes you have to do the dirty things in the game. You have to be a little bit more resilient to keep leads. We went 1-0 up against Livy and we kept it 30 seconds. Small little things like that make a huge difference, and we've tried to do that there, and work on it for the last 2 weeks and just install that mentality.
I think it was after that Livingston game, Stephen, you were quite outspoken about the players, maybe some of the attitudes of some of them. Have you seen, obviously it was a great result against Glentoran, but have you seen a reaction from those players since then?
Yeah, I have. Listen, they're all good boys. They're all young boys. Having a wee bit of devilment and a little bit of, sort of knowing how to play the game and win the game. I watched the Celtic game back again, and the exact same incident happens to Celtic, but one of their players brings ours down because they know how to play the game, they know how to win the game, and they're clever international footballers. So it's educating them in terms of attitudes and work rate. We're right up there. The boys are exactly the same as they always are, and the boys that I had a little dig at, of which you don't know which boys I was talking about, so there was no individuals named, it was a collective. They've really come to the fore, and they're working really hard, and that's the way you turn things around. There's no moping about. Everyone just gets on with it and works hard, and I've seen a real little bit between the teeth the last 2 weeks, and a determination to, when you get a little bit of criticism, they have to live with that, as you say, but to prove people wrong is what I take my pride in.
In terms of the game this weekend, you saw against Glentoran when you got a couple of goals in, the confidence started to grow. Is it going to be the same this weekend, or whenever you finally get a Premiership win under your belt, do you expect to kind of kick on from there?
Yeah, getting the lead and keeping the lead for a period of time will bring teams out, and then I think our quality will shine through where we can hit teams in the counter. What we were very good last season was playing on the counter attack and pressing high up the pitch, but teams aren't allowing us to do that, so you have to figure out different ways. And as I said, you have to win differently at times. If it's a 1-0 scrappy win, we have to learn to take that, and then defend your own box at the same time and defend set plays where your life depends on it. And once you start doing that, you see the confidence roll against Glentoran. People wanting the ball more, runs forward, more shots and goal, and people taking more risks. So that goes with winning games. It comes hand in hand. Winning games breeds confidence and breeds the better performances.
I just want to ask you about Alan Campbell. Obviously scored the winner for the Scotland under-21s. David Turnbull has understandably had a lot of the limelight here, but Alan is a really, really talented player that you'd imagine can go just as far as David in the game.
Yeah, completely different players. But I've said it numerous times, he is epitome of everything we try to do at this football club. I said to everybody, just watch what Alan does, and he will make the best of everything he's got in life just through sheer hard work. And that's not being disrespectful to his talent, because he's an extremely talented boy as well, but he combines the both, and he's doing very well. He's at the minute he's probably irreplaceable for us, and it's not often I say that. Watched a lot of their games, watched a lot of their footage. Every member of staff seen them live. I have the luxury of going to watch a lot of games now as well. They're a good side. They're a disciplined side. I think Callum's got them playing some good football, and they're patient on the ball. They create chances, and they've got people up the top end of the pitch that can hurt you. Halloran, Hendry. I think they're a real threat. So we, again, as every game is in this league, we have to be 100% on it. You need a little bit of luck sometimes, a little bit of rub of the green, and we're hoping we get a little bit of that on Saturday.
You're seeing a lot of the third part of this season, teams coming in sort of sitting in wanting to play your own game a wee bit. Are you prepared for another test like that today?
Yeah, I think it'll be the same in large amounts of the game. We'll have a lot of possession, and what we do with that possession is very, very important. And as I say, just tweaking what we've done slightly to have more numbers in the box, more crosses into the box, and better movement into the box is key to winning football matches. As I say, the 2 6-yard boxes and 18-yard boxes win and lose your football matches. All the rest around it is just pretty patterns. So we have to concentrate very much on that.
You've seen over the international break as well, another example of the Motherwell pathway with Cedric Keepley moving in the Premier League.
Yeah, delighted for big Cedric. I've been texting him, and he's a boy that'll keep his feet in the ground, and an example to lots and lots of young players. He had the disappointment of being released by Leicester, and he came up here and transformed his career through hard work. Obviously a very talented boy, but more to the point, a really good human being, a really, really nice kid that worked his socks off. And it's good to see the good guys doing well, and as I say, an example to all young players dealing with disappointment. And it's not the end of the world when you get released from clubs and you can go again. It's only one person's opinion, so I think it's a great example of how you can get back to the top again.
What's your team news for the weekend?
Everybody fit, bar Jake Carroll's making progress. Charles Dunn's making progress. Both won't be available for that. Scott Fox will have an operation next week on his knee. We've just had to wait for the swelling to go down. Nathan McGinley, he'll be back available again. And other than that, as it stands right now, all the rest of the players fit to be selected.